My name is Darrell Kwao. Great to have you on the marketplace. First up, officials from the Ministry of Finance have been meeting with the Chamber of Corporate Trustees and the Ghana Individual Bondholders Forum as government considers a new debt restructuring offer that may affect pension funds. The Finance Ministry has asked that the Chamber of Corporate Trustees obtains the approval of contributors for the new offer. Now, government is proposing a 5% payment of coupons in cash for 2023 and 2024, with the remainder capitalized as two bonds. Already, some labor unions have threatened a showdown with pension managers if they consider the new debt restructuring proposal put forward by the Finance Minister. Joining us to make sense of this is Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University, Williams Pippa. I appreciate your time with us this afternoon. So what's your understanding of this offer being put forward by government, and why is there a need for a new debt restructuring offer at this time?
Good afternoon, Beryl, and thank you for calling me. Also, good afternoon to your viewers. We must admit that the government has indicated that he is facing a lot of financial challenges. So let me put it in finance terms, liquidity challenges. Government's ability to raise the needed funds to pay for these bonds when they are due is becoming a problem. They were the reasons why we saw the downgrading of our bonds. The defaults are becoming too many. We are already aware that some bonds which are due to be paid to pension fund holders, those who decided to stay out of the debt exchange, has not been paid. So in view of that is what I'm sure government is making a proposition to pension fund bondholders to accept a new restructuring of their bonds. And what I notice government is trying to do is that based on the document government issued out, government's aim is to make sure that the net present value of the current bonds in the hands of pensioners are not affected. The net present value in the hands of pensioners is about 21% when they are due in the next 5 years. So government did not touch or structured their proposal in a way to be able to achieve that net present value. However, when it comes to the repayment in terms of making half-year payments to the bondholders, that is where government has made a change to make way for their liquidity challenges. The government is proposing that if you are holding certain bonds like the Treasury bonds, ESLA bonds, and the Dachi bonds, they are going to pay you with 8.4% in terms of coupon, and then also pay you a cash of 10% upfront, which is virtually the same as the 18.5% on their existing coupon payment. But it will give government a breathing space in terms of making the coupon payment. So the coupon payment is the interest payment. The current challenge we are facing is that the interest payment in government planning is what is bringing these losses, high losses. Let me put it in accounting terms. That's making us exceed our expenditure. So the government is trying to reduce the interest payment, and that is why government is making that proposal to the pension fund holders. Right. Let me give an advice. The pension fund holders, all that they need to do in finance, there are two instruments which are very important, or calculation. Government did not change the duration of the bonds. They are still 5 years. So in terms of what we term as duration, it is 5 years. But then the critical part is if interest rate in the market changes, what will be the impact on their bonds? That is the most important one, the sensitivity. So they must have to do a calculation, we call it immunization, to be able to make sure that the liabilities they are in hands of government will be able to match the asset that they have. So this is my advice. If we do that calculation and it's okay, then it means that they are better off accepting government offer.
All right, so Prof, is the offer the government putting forward a good deal? Already we've seen that organized labor is pushing against it, which is much expected because they don't want their pension funds touched.
So the most important thing that pension fund bondholders should be concerned with, will the net present value of their bonds at maturity reduces based on this offer? The answer is no. The current bonds you are holding, the net present value at maturity in the next 5 years is 21.5%. Government proposal of this one is still 21.5%. So the net present value, if all of them hold their bonds to maturity, they will not suffer any loss. But in between time, if they want to sell some of them for cash, then they will take a haircut. So that is the trick. So all those holding pension fund bond, government is trying to tell you that hold your bond to maturity in the next 5 years, and then you will not have any major impact on the net present value of your fund.
And so right now, as we speak, the managers, the Chamber of Corporate Trustees has a meeting with the Finance Ministry over this. How do they go around this, seeing that they have to also protect the interests of pension fund holders? Should they sign on to this? What should be the engagement?
So the challenge is that the pension fund holders must find out from now up to 2028 how much of that amount will be needed to pay off people who will be going on retirement. That is the cash flow they need from now to the end of 2028 that government is proposing. If they're able to ascertain that, and government can assure them that the coupon payments and the 10% cash we are going to pay you will be able to cover that need of the pension fund holders, then there is no cause for alarm. But if the coupon payment government will pay to the bondholders, which is the 8.5%, and the 10% cash that government is proposing, will not be able to cover all those who will need their funds from now to 2028. That is where the problem will come in. Then it will force the fund managers to take a haircut on some investment, and that is what they are trying to prevent. So government may have to make sure that the coupon that they want to pay to the pension fund holders will be able to meet those who will be retiring from now to 2028.
All right. And the Ministry of Finance has indicated that it's facing major challenges with liquidity. You pointed that out to service the obligations of individual bondholders. They've been meeting as well. What we are hearing that in response to the Ministry of Finance request for suggestions to address the challenges, the Individual Bondholders Forum recommended the consideration of T-bills as payment of principal payments and coupons to be paid cash. So you think that's a good way to go around that? Your thoughts?
That was part of the options. If you remember, government did that for some investors in the Fed debt exchange program. It's good where it's also going to reduce the cash flow burden on government if this offer is accepted. The only caveat is that what to be the tenor of these conversion or swap from bonds to treasury bill. Is it going to be 2 years treasury bill bond or 360 days treasury bill bond? That is where the discussion will have to be. Also, we notice that currently the TB rate is a little bit higher than the coupon payment on the bonds. And in that case, the pension funds holders will benefit. So in this direction, I mean, it is good, and it will still create room for government to have a reduction in the interest payment on the books. The ultimate that we want is how to be able to reduce the interest cost on government bills.
Okay. We are told that the Pensioner Bondholders Forum have rejected this as well, but discussions are still ongoing, so we'll keep monitoring. Thank you so much, Professor Williams Pepra, Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University, for speaking with us this afternoon.